I think the
first
egg came first.
I think
to give birth, so the chicken could come out, and then the chicken can have more eggs.
But where did the egg come from?
Oh yeah, but if you think about it, an egg is going to become a chicken, but it's being but then the chicken's going to would be an egg. So if you think about chickens after the eggs, I think egg comes first.
Yeah, but maybe the chicken might have come from another animal, like a rooster. It's
confusing.
There's sterile waters somewhere, and the volcanic chemicals and all that have started life, and then we've evolved from that. What I do find hard is the fact that we've actually evolved from something so minuscule, like so microscopic, to the dinosaurs, to us.
I think that we come from some kind of chemical explosion that caused some form of life to be created, and that we eventually slithered out of the sea, and it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but eventually we're going to be extinct.
I think we are a process of evolution. I think we are not the top of the pinnacle, we are just a branch, I think.
Yeah, I'm completely conscious of the fact that I'm actually just a cloud of potential, of which primarily water molecules. If you looked at me across time, you would see a cloud of water molecules form and momentarily become brine and then move off again.
I can't bring myself around to thinking we came from the sea.
No, I don't think great-great-granddad was a fish.
Slimy then, wasn't he?
Yeah, I'm sure that we came from the sea, most definitely, because it just seems, when I get into water, I naturally want to start frolicking, and I think that must mean that so we came out of the sea and crawled onto land for some reason. I don't know why, and it's a shame. I think it'd be great if we all went back to being aquatic.
I don't know. I think we're more likely to have originated from on land, because we haven't got we've got gills, haven't we? But maybe,
Well, they're always looking for this missing link, aren't they? And they've never found it yet. The connection between us and monkeys. I mean, what sort of idiot wants to prove he's come from a monkey?
The difference between me and a monkey would be mainly that monkeys, they live in the jungle and I live in Catford.
There's a train of thought that says that we came to this planet thousands, hundreds, millions, whatever, years ago, and in fact already did colonise this planet as an alien race.
I do incline to think maybe we did start from another planet, maybe we did come from another planet.
I'd love to see aliens or something similar on our planet. I think it would be great to see how we kind of interact with them, whether they'd be similar to us or not very similar or something like that.
Would they be good golfers?
Humans were created by this giant cosmic cow licking a stone, and as it licked this stone, the humans rolled off.
Looking at birds evolved from dinosaurs. Yeah, probably could have done, because they did actually have wings, didn't they? Some dinosaurs years and years ago, didn't they? So that was the size of the dinosaur, and how do you get something like a sparrow or a little wren or something like that from something that's absolutely ginormous, this huge, great sort of dinosaur?
I don't know really. I don't remember really
given it much thought.
Yeah, where'd you get these questions from?
Well, you know, your evolution, that's all a load of rubbish, isn't it? It's not true, is it? It's a load of rubbish. How can you possibly evolve a set of wings? It's not going to happen, is it? I mean, I'd like a set of wings. I'd love a set of wings. In fact, if I could have anything, I'd definitely have a set of wings, but it wouldn't matter how many times I jumped off a tall building, I'd never grow wings. And even if I jumped off a tall building and then my child jumped off a tall building and his child jumped off a tall building and we did that forever and ever and ever, there is not the slightest chance that wings would grow out of my back.
We all started off much the same kind of thing. We all were waddling along on our bellies to begin with. Then we grew arms and heads and legs, and some of us got up and walked, and some of us stayed down crawling around. No, I'm glad I've evolved the way I am. I wouldn't like to have been further back in the evolutionary scale.
I think we've evolved to our full potential. I think we have.
Possibly.
It's hard to...
Maybe not on an intellectual basis, because
well,
every day
I don't know, it's hard to,
more and more.
hard to see how you can improve further, isn't it?
We'd be able to do some good tricks if we had a couple more legs. I'm sure we'd be able to work out some new stunts for the show, so that could be a positive advantage, definitely at this stage.
Depends whose legs they were, doesn't it, really?
I think, obviously we'd adapt in whatever way if we had extra legs, but...
You were, wouldn't it? If you had 6 legs, where would your arse be?
Yeah.
I don't know whether physiologically we're developing.
The only thing I can think of is that because we have such stressed lives, we're much more aware of exercising to release the stress, and so we're getting more toned bodies than we might have had.
I've got as far as I'd like to evolve as I am at the moment.
At the moment? I'm searching, you know what I mean?
Aren't we all?
Maybe one day I'll just wake up and think, I have evolved.
One day we think you got there, the next minute you get run over.
That's it, game over. You know what I mean?
I regard myself as a kind of ego-driven space-time meat vehicle, and I'm in the centre as the driver, trapped inside the folly of the monkey ego. But I accept that its limitations, but I know that the truth is that it's actually just a space-time version of a larger hyperdimensional information field.
Oh, jeez.
I just think, at the end of the day, it's about genetic transport. Basically, we're just hauling genomes along in a bag, which is our body, from century to century. I think that's what it's all about, folks, you know?
It's noticeable we don't get cold winters anymore. They're just wet. So, we might survive another one.
There's always that thing, isn't there, of families. There are bonds that are very strong and loyalties and all those things that hold the family together, and then they're usually balanced by pain and misery and I really haven't got time to go into it because it'll take all day.
How do you get on with your brothers and sisters and your mum and your dad?
I don't get on with my sister very well.
No, I don't get on with my brother, and I don't get on with my brother at all.
But I get on with my mum and dad fine.
I sometimes get on with my mum and dad. They sometimes get really bumpy.
Introduce yourselves, first of all.
I'm Brian. And I'm Keith. We're brothers. Brothers, man, by blood, not by just the name. As brothers go, he's cool. As his unique ways, let's say. You know? Right. As everybody does.
How your family makes you feel it's a roller coaster of emotion, isn't it, really? I mean, some things are really joyous moments, and others are fraught with desperation It's the roller coaster ride of life, isn't it, really?
That and my wife and my daughter and I live.
Monica's got 2 children as well, but hers live one
at home and one in Reading. I've got a son in Reading.
How did you feel when they sort of left the...
Well, he left the nest. He didn't come back, really.
Is that one of yours as well?
Yes.
I've got 3 children, 2 girls and a boy, and then I've got a boy and girl which are twins, and then
I've got twin girls, and they've got
3
grand.
4 each.
4 children each. So I've got 8 grandchildren from my daughters.
And at the minute I've got 3 grandsons, and I'm hoping for a granddaughter soon, I hope.
Well, he's got 5, and I've actually got, here I've got Jasmine, I've got Ken, Charlotte and Matt, and I have another 3 in Swindon. So I've got Jay, Jerome and Jessica in Swindon. So
Yeah.
I've got 7.
Yeah.
7 meals to get at.
Yeah.
Plus our own. Plus I travel backwards and forwards in between both, like.
I can see that.
Day in the morning, it is sunny.
Is it?
When I stand on my brother's toe, by accident, he tries to hit me in the head on purpose. Like this. Oh!
I normally give me a little punch, and I give my daughter a little hug, and that's it really. And the sort of arm of Jodie, the arm rough and ready, and they normally give us a bit of a punch back or a bit of a squeeze sort of thing, and it's just great to see them.
My eldest daughter will be 68
Will
this
she?
year.
Hubie's...
And she is beautiful.
Is she?
Still beautiful.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well,
she-
every child is beautiful to their mother.
Oh,
isn't it?
no. I've got 3. I wouldn't say they're all beautiful.
Oh.
You can't tell what your children will look like when they're inside there, can you? I mean, what's going to come out? Well, you know there's going to be a bit of you and a bit of her, and you hope what comes out is going to be the best bits of you and the best bits of her. And if they could only come out showing the best bits of both of you, then they'd be better than you, wouldn't they? That's what we want. We want all our children to be better than what we are now.
So how many chicks have you hatched then, do you think, over the years?
Hundreds and hundreds. Hundreds, haven't we? Mm.
And they must be so tiny.
It's amazing.
Well, no, that's huge. I was so surprised, yes. I mean, the eggs was about so. And it came out huge.
You just collect them, don't
And
you?
once you start, yes, more appears and more you get.
When the baby was born, I looked at the baby and it was all wrinkly and old looking. And I thought, ooh, what is that?
My son's diabetic, and one day he gets highs and lows, and one day he was really depressed with his diabetes, and he kept saying to me and my wife, how come I'm diabetic? My sister's not. So I tried to cheer him up. I says, well, you know what it is? I says, I'll swap you any time you want. I'll have your diabetes, and you can have my Geordie accent. And you know what he said? He says, no, he said, I'd rather be diabetic than have a Geordie accent. I said, you're joking, aren't you? I said, well, it's great, isn't it? It's great.
He's very intelligent. He knows everything you're telling him. That's what I like mostly about him. You can tell him to go to his bowl, and he'll go, and he'll pick out a treat himself, and he'll wander off and he'll eat it. And whatever you tell him, he'll understand sometimes better than a human. And he never ever does it on the pavement.
Oh, go for that. I say I do.
Twinkle little star.
Yeah, you know that song, do you?
Baba black sheep.
No, what's the other one? Twinkle Little what?
Hide your anywhere.
What's that big thing in the sky?
Yes, sir. 3 bags full. 1 for the
You
night.
can't shut her up when she gets going.
1 for the day.
They just show that they love you. It's like all of them, isn't it? They all got characters and they all show that, well, they rely on you to look after them, obviously. And I only got to say, come on bedtime, and they'll come, they follow me. They go for walks. Yes, walk around the fields, walk, they just follow me.
I've been very lucky to have children. Well, so many.
2 husbands you've had, haven't you? Or 3?
4 children.
How many husbands?
Oh, that's not the point. Nobody asked me how many husbands.
Yes,
you
but-
will bring that up, which is
Are all
very
the children
wrong.
to one
No.
husband?
That's a subject that is private.
Ah. No. I've only had 2.
Oh, you've had 2? Well, I've only...
Children?
Oh, I thought you said husbands
No,
then.
no.
I couldn't have a better dad. I couldn't look up to anybody. I couldn't see anybody telling me how to live my life any better than the way my dad did. And I hope I can be just as good to my own children. I try, but I don't think I can be. I don't think anybody could be as good as my dad. Oh, my dad's my hero, without a doubt, definitely.
That's it.
Yeah? Well, thanks a lot.
Right here.
Thank you.
Yeah, only varies.
Mummy?
Yes?
It's gone.
Okay, man. Can I have an ice cream?
Mum?
Yes.
Want ice cream?
Do you?
Yes. I want some more of that strawberry stuff nibbled over from the ice cream man.
What, a 99 you mean?
Yeah.
With a flake?
Ooh, I could perhaps manage one of those. A rainbow one.
I love this environment. I mean, it's great fun. The one thing that everybody has in common when they walk through that door is they love their animals.
Most pet shops are quite loud because they have birds in and they're always sort of singing, if you can call it singing. And there's lots of cages. And you sometimes, if you can put your finger through the bar and tickle what's ever inside like a rabbit.
At the end of the day, most of it's the the U factor, the R factor, you know. That's, oh, look at that, you know. Cute little kitten.
It's awful to think that we're sitting there waiting for somebody to pluck us out of the air and take us home and keep us forever, you know. But at the same time, I'm never brave enough to go and make the first move and go up to somebody and say, right, you, how about taking me home and looking after me and loving me and cherishing me?
I think, yeah, go for things that are obvious. Dogs and cats and the like. I mean, there's all sorts of people. They have things in their bathrooms and all sorts, don't they? Alligators and that sort of thing. Wouldn't have it in my bathroom, I can say. Nope, wouldn't.
He's called Chester and he is very long when he stretches himself out. If you annoy me, his eyes sort of widen a bit.
I don't think that I'm awful looking. I think I'm all right looking. People always say that I've got very open, honest eyes. So I think that I would be pretty nice to have around and have hanging about the place on the sofa.
I don't know. A lot of old nonsense, I think, really. So, I mean, you need to spend proper amounts of money on things, but you see some of these dogs that people have about. No, I don't think you need to spend a lot on them.
Dog toys, well, they love running and fetching things, so we've got balls on ropes, and lots of dogs, especially the smaller dog, like a Yorkshire Terrier, likes a squeaky toy. That's a high-pitched one, or just for a laugh, we've got ones that'll go.
We went to a friend's last weekend, and this poor little hamster's in this wheel thing for its exercise.
Well, it had a little car. It was a Volkswagen Beetle with a wheel in the middle, and it actually, by working the wheel, moved across the carpet.
Poor old hamsters running round on the wheel. Why do they do it? Because they're as daft as a 2-bob watch, I should think. Them poor bloody hamsters thinking, I could get out of here in about 2 minutes flat. And then they find out they ain't going nowhere. Just like the rest of us. We're all on the bloody wheel ourselves, aren't we?
Dogs are just stupid. People go on about how...
stupid as stick insects. Stick insects are the most stupid creatures in the world. I mean, look at me pretending to be a log, isn't that clever? Oh, I'm a little twig, isn't that great? I mean, dogs are far better than that.
I think cats make good pets.
There's quite a lot of cats with bad breath, though. That's what I don't like about them.
Cats?
Yeah.
I like stick insects. I once got a train journey with me and 2 stick insects. It was brilliant.
I know, and I very much like a stick insect, but not as a intellectual conversationalist. I mean, hey, have you seen my log impression? Yes. You know, doesn't go much further than that, does it?
Stick insects don't have a developed vocal tract. That wouldn't happen. I think, though, dogs are stupid.
I don't really like snakes. Spiders I can live with, but I've never touched a snake. I almost did, but no, they're not our thing.
I feel isolated. I feel alone. I think I can hear something scraping on the outside, and I don't know what it is. I'd like there to be someone here with me.
Snakes can be dangerous to other pets. They can swallow things whole, and they do eat mice and small rodents whole without chewing.
Now, I like the furries and the tortoises because I've got tortoises. I love tortoises, but they're still asleep at the moment.
Oh, sleep's really important to me. Yeah, I mean, I go through passages when I need to have a lot of it, and it's just good. I mean, man, come on. It must be, you know, in the top 3 of everybody's list. Your bed, you know, I mean, top 3, top 2, top 1, maybe the top. My bed, wow.
Sometimes the pet, when people are looking, will actually do something to say, I'm the one you want. Here I am. You want me? I'll have me.
It's like I've been sitting on a bench with all of my friends. It's like being at a dance, one by one, somebody's come up and taking them away. And then there's just me.
How much am I worth? I would find it very hard to put a value on that.
On a good day, I would say that I'd be worth a fair lump sum.
Do I say £1 million or do I say £10 million?
I don't think I'm that valuable. I think I'm worth about £142 probably.
At the end of the day, if you're the right person, you can buy me for 10p.
But the rest of the time, on days when maybe I'm feeling a bit grumpy and I'm sort of having an off day with people and I'm not in my normal friendly state of mind, I wouldn't pay a penny for me. I'd throw me back and choose another one.
I want a price ticket on myself.
No, not at all.
No.
I wouldn't even sell you.
I wouldn't sell you either.
Ah.
I don't know if I worry about being left on the shelf, because at the end of the day, I've come through sort of many years of being on my own and having a really great time, and I think, well, if I was on my own, I'd just continue to live life, and if it was at this standard, I wouldn't have a lot to complain about.
They sort of been on and off the shelf, as they say, really. There's been a time when I thought I was on the shelf, and then I got took off again.
Everyone gets rejection in life. When you're younger, you're more able to actually cope with that, I think, and bounce back, and you're not on the shelf for long.
I know that it will be okay in the end, but I am very pessimistic. I think it's going to take a long time before I get out of here.
The icing on the cake would be the partner or the companion who would be there with me for the next number of years.
And so I'm nicely happy now in my life, having been took off the shelf, and that's like a nice family that I'm in now, and that's very comfortable sort of feeling.
Jill has a tendency, most mornings actually, to claim that at some point during the previous night, I farted very loudly.
I think snakes and spiders are more scared of you than you are of them.
I have a phobia of being shut in an incredibly small space. You know, like my ultimate, I mean, the idea of being buried alive with no space in a box. Oh man.
The stigmas in most species of Nymphaceae, the stigma, which is the female organ, actually gets warm by 3 to 6 degrees centigrade and emits a smell, a pheromone. and the pheromone attracts the insects, and the insects shush what?
The phone.
But the phone's interrupting me, not me the phone.
Yes, but...
Do you want me to stop?
I heard, through the body odor from others, we realize if we are genetically matching or not. And unfortunately, the way nature works is the odor rather than perfume, you know. So the way it is, I'm sorry, I can't change it, so I smell and I like to smell people as well. If I smell you in the street, don't be offended.
I went to an animal rescue charity in a very deprived part of northwest London. And I took one look at her, and something happened. It was one look, absolutely one look.
I didn't really like him actually, to be honest, at the beginning, because I thought it was a bit of a sort of know-it-all.
Oh
yeah. But the way he ate a sandwich. That was it really, and you could see his stomach. So yeah, that's why I quite liked him first of all.
You've got to be confident and optimistic. If you're pessimistic and always on the back foot, I don't think you get anywhere. So, you know, a bit of the old cockiness, you know, I think they'll like a bit of that.
I am sexy all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Well, which part of you?
Oh, all of
exactly?
me, of course. You know, that's... So I feel like that when I get out in the mornings, you know, I feel very sexy. Most of the times you're not there, but there you are. You know, can't help that, can you? But do you feel sexy?
No, not really.
Well, it is early, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. Of course I'm sexy. I can use my voice. I can tell you I love you. I can whisper this on your ear 100 million times and you will scream for more, more and more. I have a great smile, which you will never find anywhere else in this world.
It sounds corny now, but you used to always get the same chat line I say. You know what it is? You know the best part of your body? It's a bit in between the top of your head and the bottom of your feet. All of you. I say, you're lovely. I said, I've seen some lovely lasses in my time, but I said, but you must have been right ahead of the queue when they were dishing out the good looks. But when I was saying all these things, I had my fingers crossed.
Biggest turn on for me. Lovely bottoms. They must have a nice bottom. I don't know what it is. I'm not too bothered about the front bit, but the bottom bit I do quite like.
I'd never worried about size or shape or thing. I've lived with mongrels for half my life. And suddenly here was I, head over heels. In love or what?
It's lovely being in love. It makes you all twinkly and it makes you all happy. And sometimes I can't think straight, do you know what I mean? Because I'm thinking of him.
If you're looking for a disco dancing spring rabbit, then you would find me a bit boring. But if you are the kind of person who likes to sit around and moan a lot, then you could say I'm a very good companion.
No, actually, he's not too bad. He's not that unsavoury a person. I think he's all right.
Thank you.
I'm really intolerant.
I'm not that unsavoury a person.
The thing is with you, your mother did everything for you. And then when you come up to me, you're already bloody useless.
Obey, that's what the vicar
No,
said.
I didn't. When we got married, I did not obey.
Obey.
No, I didn't obey.
Obey.
No.
I have lots of trapped air that has to get out somehow. And that's really bad when you're sleeping with someone. And methane gas is lighter than air, so you end up on the ceiling. And so that's why I choose not to sleep with anybody, and that's why I don't have a partner for a long time. It's all not my fault, it's the methane gas fault.
I've got about, wait, let me count.
19 boys fancy me, but I don't fancy them. I actually fancy Roo and he fancies me because you're pretty, that's why. I'm really going to get in for that.
I used to be very romantic when I was younger. I think everybody who's younger is very romantic, you know. Fall in love, thinking about the partner, doing different things to them in your head.
Romantic? No, not really.
Yeah, you
No,
are. You
That'd
are. Really, really, really.
Nonsense. No, I don't think so.
I think you are. You're very thoughtful. You are.
You've never said that before.
Oh, I'm not on tape then, am I?
Yeah, no, I'm a little bit romantic. I like to
Romanticise.
lavish gifts upon my my wife, and and I do like to treat her to things that I know that she likes.
Trip down Tesco's.
Trip down Tesco's. Yeah, she loves all that stuff.
What about me?
Are you romantic?
You tell me.
No, you're not.
Aren't I?
No.
I am.
No, you're not.
You're just saying it now.
No, you're not. I'm not.
I am actually.
I do believe in love at first sight, but I'm not saying it does anyone any good. What happens after that? That's as much as I'm saying.
There you go. We've got 3, you see, but there's one I can never remember her name. She does a lot of riding. I'm trying to think of a flipping name now. What's she called? Well, let's just call her Rosie for today. Yeah, Rosie. Good old Rosie.
Oh! I pulled a muscle.
I hate going to sleep, I do. Just do. I just hate going to sleep. I do. Just hate going to sleep anyway. I do. I don't like going to...
How many hours do you reckon you could stay awake for?
Competitively, 24.
Well, yesterday I can use as an example. I stayed awake for 8.5 hours. I did.
8.5?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, the sleep is very important. For me, it's very important. For me, sleeping is very important. I think it's very important, the sleep, for me.
People think that when you work on nights that you'll automatically go sleep in the daytime because you're so tired. It doesn't work like that. I wish it did. Because you're really, like, you come home, I come home at 6 in the morning, I'm buzzing, aren't I? I probably could go to about 10, 12. I probably could stay awake all day, actually. But then all of a sudden, bang, it hits you like a wall.
What happens is, if, say, for instance,
It turns into a grumpy old... That's what happens.
What was I going to say then? I had a good one, eh?
Oh, sorry.
I don't go to bed till late. I couldn't go at 9 like you.
You couldn't?
No.
9:30 and that's it?
Lunchtime?
No.
No.
Normally, I'd have 6 to 7 hours sleep. I think it's advisable to have 7. I know that if you have more than 7 or less than 7, you're likely to die earlier.
If you're tired enough, you'll sleep anywhere. Doesn't matter where it is, as long as it's warm and dry.
That's all you need, really. Slept in fields, stuff like that.
Tunnels.
Under motorway bridges.
Slept in the middle of motorways, actually, a couple of times.
Yeah. It does something queer to folk, doesn't it? I mean, they might be a bit more sparky, and they might be in the mood for love.
I could sleep 12 hours, easy. I could go to bed now and not wake up till 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
5. There's the phone ringing.
Right. Hello? Hello? No, I'm sorry, she died ages ago. You need to update your records a bit better. She didn't. There's only the neighbour that moved, but they don't like to.
I heavy breathe at night.
No, man, you snore.
I don't snore.
You've always snored.
No, I don't snore.
You snore.
I don't snore. I don't snore.
You do.
Why
are you doing that? I'm telling you, I've heard you snoring, right? And you won't believe it. I'm not gonna lie to you about something like that. You snore, man.
I don't snore.
You do, like a pig.
I've never heard a pig snore.
It's diabolical. I'm not kidding. I'm not being nasty or anything. I'm telling the absolute truth. It wakes me in the night. It did early this morning, round about 4 a.m. And I shook. Well, I didn't shock Jackie. I said, Jackie, turn on your side, because when she's lying on her back, you see, her head will flop back, and she'll go. And I thought, oh,
you're nasty about me.
No, it's not. I'm not being nasty.
I can't help it, can I?
No.
I can't help it.
And you had your adenoids out.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yes, and my tonsils, but I can't help it. I've got to lie on my back because I've got a bad back.
If I ever sleep on my back, I have those dreams where it's like you can't move. Really scary dreams. Like you're half awake and half asleep, and I really hate that.
You never ever sleep on your back, do you?
Not anymore.
Well, that's...
Well, there is such a thing as nose pegs.
Is there really?
Yes.
Oh, well.
Which we'll have to introduce into this household.
I'll go and sleep in the other room if you want. Or you go and sleep in the other room. Yes, why not?
If you don't get your sleep, don't approach him. Really, don't approach him until he's. It's like seriously, forget about brown grizzly bears, but they don't do damage.
What about you when you're tired? You're just like the living dead. I talk to Francis Comatose. Can't do nothing.
No, I don't do that. I don't do that crazy stuff.
Mummy,
Yes, darling.
I'm really tired.
Do you want to go to bed? No, he never goes to bed. It's the middle of the day, Michael.
I just like Mummy telling me it's too early.
In the day life, you hear a little bird tweeting. It sounds really lovely. But if that little bird is tweeting at 11 o'clock when you're trying to go to sleep, you want to kill them. But in the morning, you think, oh, lovely little bird.
For me, that was because it was...
Because I went to bed the other day and that little was like there tweeting in that tree and I want to get it down. There's a whole family in there.
Yeah, you will then decide that it's almost like...
Shut up.
Okay, Stephen, have you ever sleep talked?
Well,
How do I know?
How's he going to know if he sleep talks?
You should ask her that question. She.
No, sometimes Stephen's like tossing and turning, and I think he's probably running away from somebody. He's probably doing something that he shouldn't be doing, or he's usually, he does something. So I don't know what he's doing.
Open the door, Daddy. I'm sleeping. Daddy, let me in. Daddy, let me in. Hey, get out of my bed. You know what time it is? It's 12 o'clock.
Do not make eye contact.
Hay. Lots of hay and cows. Hey.
Do you dream?
Dun ho.
No.
Run home.
No.
Bang ho.
Dream.
Oh, yes, I dream.
Yeah, they're terrible, aren't they?
Oh no, I always dream the same dream and I can never get to the bottom of it.
Better go back to sleep.
Yeah, go back to sleep.
Mummy,
Yes, darling.
when this going over?
It will be finished soon.
I'm really tired.
Then go to sleep.
You can come here.
Well, I need to suck your thumb.
Yeah, suck your thumb then.
That's all right.
Well, when do you get this microscope off thing?
Get the microphone off now. Know what? You don't have to worry about it. You finished your contribution. You lay down and suck your thumb.
I keep getting up. I do. I'm tired. tired. I should have went to bed. I just hate going to sleep. I do.